Shoutouts to Rolly, the unofficial mascot of Blonde Guy Gamer's stream. But I have a mascot of my own. For story time. And this story is called Flappy Bird. I say it that way because of the weird capitalization that they used with this. So there's a bit of a backstory behind this one. The person who wrote it didn't know what a troll pasta was, and they tried writing this as an actual serious creepypasta. You know those video games that you think are so predictable, sometimes theirs more than meets the eye? Theirs spelled wrong. It had been several months ago when the incident had happened. I had just moved back to Phoenix so I could study at ASU. Oh, there's no way with this writing that you're a college student. There wasn't much us as students could do to occupy time except for the occasional drink or party, but I promised my mother I wouldn't drink with my being a 3 years recovering alcoholic, but I was 21. A 3-year recovering alcoholic and you're 21 years old. Ain't that America? And nothing wasn't going to refrain me from temptation, especially not my mother. I was older, and I figured she was just going to have to deal with the fact that I could make my own decisions. Wait, is there a single period anywhere in this story? Okay, there is eventually one. It had been no later after I had made that conclusion that one of my fellow classmates invited me to a party with nothing planned that day. I freshened up and left to the event with no hesitation whatsoever. When I had arrived, I noticed something strange. Everybody had been using their phones, and when I would stop to ask the person what they were doing, all they would respond would be 2 words: Flappy Bird. This story makes me go, Sorry, I saw the soundboard redeem. It seems quite hilarious to me, but the looks of the people I asked were so sincere. That was when I asked one of my friends about it. He had told me not to worry about it. He had said since it had been taken care of, the app market due to suicides and threats to the creator of the game, and that the objective of the game was to tap her phone screen to make an outdated pixelated bird fly through pipes which resembled the pipes in the original Super Mario Nintendo games. Or excuse me, Super Nintendo Mario games. Don't want to compromise the writer's vision with this story. More like flipping the bird. Could be a bad college student? Well, what college would accept them? I'm imagining them, like, sending their application to college in crayon. I know I should have ended my curiosity there, but I couldn't. After I had left the party, I had spent all night trying to find a copy of the game, searching all over my web browser when I had stumbled upon a link that the download link was vaguely more Blizzard than the other links I saw that hadn't worked. The most key difference was how the lettering was instead of Flappy Bird, it read Flappy Bird. What does it mean when a link is vaguely more Blizzard? Oh, you love the Marge in the background? She'll crump with ya, sweetie pie! I still chose to download it. It had took a while, but it finally opened with the Gears logo in the beginning, only something was different. The background was more dark than I had seen in the pictures before, but I didn't mattered. I continued to play anyways, failing miserably in the beginning until I began to get the hang of. That's when things started changing. After 100 Bird's face began to look more grimacing and devious and the background began to get darker. I thought it was a joke. I kept playing continuous streak after I got 1 to 150, the screen got darker and the color of the bird began to change to a piercing shade of black and its eyes had turned to crimson, still smiling as if mischievous thoughts. Did they only get the games on the Blizzard Games launcher? I mean, with the way Activision's been handling Blizzard lately, they probably would throw Flappy Bird on Battle.net just because. And then make you pay $50 for Flappy Bird 2, which is exactly the same as Flappy Bird 1. I continued to play, failing miserably until I began to get the hang of it, and that's when things started to change after 100... Oh wait, I already read that. I tried not to let it bother me and continued to play, and that was when my finger slipped from the excessive amount of sweat I had produced, being so focused and stressed, but strangely there was no game over screen. Instead, the bird just laid on the ground adjacent from the pipe. I touched the screen to see a reaction, and the bird started flapping again. None of this made sense, but I continued to play to see how the game would end. After I played for hours and hours, then I finally reached level 999. Fuck yeah, competitive FLaPpY. FLaPpY Bird Reforged. Yes, D-Raptor, exactly. The bird had been completely terrifying and had appeared to have blood trickling down its lips, with eye pure maroon looking as if it had plans to murder. When I heard a thud and saw a pixelated figure dragging itself closer and closer to the bird, it resembled a pixelated corpse of Mario. His screen was pure green with holes where you would see white patches that must have been bones. His hat, just as his clothes was ripped and tattered, and he was rapidly approaching the bird with a limp. Wait, I thought he was crawling. Why wasn't it level 666? 'Cause he's that damn good. When he finally got within distance and bit the bird's head off and laughed his same laugh as in all the other Mario games. He laughs in the Mario games? And my phone screen cut black with a statement written in red saying, "You're next." You're spelled wrong. I was completely terrified. I couldn't utter anything out of my mouth. I had realized how a game as playful and misleading as this could lead a person to suicide. Wait, huh? I never used the phone I had downloaded it on again, but they say it's still out there on eBay waiting for its next victim. Ah yes. That famous mobile app store, eBay.